Good evening. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. Make sure it's loud enough. I hope you guys are well this evening. Like, share, comment. Welcome. I hope you guys are having a good week. We're halfway through the week. Today was hump day. And so tonight I wanted to come and give a little encouragement. And it's been kind of rough spiritually. A lot of conflict in the energy. And it's been pretty interesting because usually I'll be asking Spirit to give me like messages of love and of abundance. And then Spirit always gives me something to do with conflict, something. And then I have dreams. When I have dreams, it's about somebody's child passing, and it's like, but Spirit, I'm trying to deliver them kind of messages. But what can you do? What do you do? Do you change the message? No. You have to kind of read the energy that's coming up. And so I feel like there could be some things to resolve that's in the energy for us collectively, maybe. I don't know, but I did lay out my cards tonight. It's good energy. So thank you, Spirit. Thank you for bringing out something other than just what's been coming out lately. And so it's a breath of fresh air for me to be able to read something a little different. And so let's jump in. I am using my Dream Oracle cards in my Star Tarot deck tonight as we go in. This is kind of like predictive for March. I asked for like, what type of things can we look forward to experiencing in March? What type of things can we look forward to overcoming? Like, all of that is fair game with this reading. And so let's tap in. I hope you guys are well. Make sure you like, share, comment. Let me know how it's resonating. If you're looking for a personal reading, you can definitely go over to my calendar, which is down in the description box, or you can send me an email. That's fine as well. You can send me an email just to say hello to, right? Thank you all for, the likes, the shares, the comments. Even if they're not, what I would desire, I appreciate it, right? Listen, everybody is not going to agree with everybody, and I'm okay with that. And so I send you on your way with a be good, right? And so let's jump in. So first of all, I want to take a look at the environmental energy that exists right now. And first we have Nine of Pentacles, right? Wish fulfillment energy, abundance energy, independent energy, just really enjoying life energy, even pampering yourself a little bit energy. Ace of Wands to the Six of Cups, okay? So these three energies coming out is giving me, first of all, we look at the Nine of Pentacles and very unbothered energy, like the environment that you're in is safe, it's conducive to you thriving and being comfortable and loving life and loving yourself. The Nine of Pentacles is all about fulfillment. This may be something that you have desired, right, and worked hard to build for yourself, where you're experiencing that right now in the energy. This is Virgo energy. The Ace of Wands is kind of like very energetic energy. It's like a lot of energy that's surging in the environment right now. It may be very energetic, thriving. There may even be a lot of ideas that are being funneled and channeled down for you right now. This is life force energy coming forth. This is fire sign, so it could be Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. And then we have the Four of Cups, which brings us to like a nostalgic type of energy. There could be something in your environment right now that's giving you deja vu. It's taking you and transporting you back to the past in some type of way. There's something in your current energy that could be very reflective of memories of some past experience that you've had, that's in the environment. Okay. And it may be taking you there. The Six of Cups is Scorpio energy. And my oracle card is party. Okay. So right now I feel like as you look at this card, for someone, I feel like the energy that's coming out where you feel very relaxed, very at home. It feels very nostalgic. It's full of life and joy. The party card came out, which is very interesting. And as I looked at this card, it almost feels like it has something to do with being celebrated in the spirit realm. Like you could have like the energy could be like brimming with celebration from the ancestors, with celebration from like some part of the spiritual world, like angels, like there's some celebration happening here. You yourself, in your energy, in your spirit, could be celebrating yourself and just kind of dancing from the inside out, right? Enjoying the environment right now. The environment feels very lively around you, and it's encouraging. It's full of life, full of celebration and positivity is what I'm getting with party. This could also I feel like there's something about someone wanting you to know how proud they are, the fact that you're being celebrated in the spirit realm. Someone is very proud of you. Every now and then I'm going to peek because I don't want to lose the integrity of the oracle cards. And so I do feel like there could be some self-reflection of self-integration happening here in the environment. It could be something that's just very healthy for you to acknowledge all aspects of who you are. And with harmony, it feels very harmonious, right? And so this could be a moment where there's some coming into acceptance completely of what things are right now. The environment is just, perfect. And possibly if you could stay in this moment, you would. So it feels really good with the environment here. And so when I look at, if there was a question, I ask, so what question would you have at this moment if there was one? And what came out was the Chariot, the Two of Swords, and the Strength card. And so the Chariot is an energy of kind of an action that stems from inside out. It's like intuitive action, something that you have been being led to this energy of seeking after success and victory and self-empowerment and change. It's movement, right? From one place to another, from one situation to another. The Two of Swords is kind of like stepping into your personal power and your truth. It's like that same energy as Chariot, like that empowering, that self-empowering energy. And it's kind of the same with Strength, discovering the inner truth and courage that lies within. And so this is Cancer, Libra, and Leo energy coming out. And it was accompanied with cell phone. Cell phone. And cell phone brings the message of communication, polishing the communication. I don't know if you're questioning how you're coming across right now. If there's a situation where you feel like there's a need to take a look at how you're communicating or how you're coming across, how you're being perceived with cell phone, there's some energy of communication here that is coming up as a question in your mind. I don't know if there is possibly a situation that you want to get the victory over. And so it's causing you to really take a close look at some specific area of communication for you that's coming up here. And cell phone also brings the message of a cell phone, the fact that it is a tool, it is a symbol of connection and communication. Also, it's also reflective of something nowadays that is like we can't do without it. Matter of fact, on any given day, you can find someone who has their whole life embedded in their cell phone, right? Which tells you how important it has become to communicate and to connect. There's something here that you're questioning about how you're connecting or coming across, or if you're getting your message across, or how you're being perceived here. That may be what is coming up right now for you. This is also a message because we're talking about self-empowerment here. Possibly looking at ways or questioning where you're looking for information or where you're looking for advice. But there may be the need not even to look outside of yourself, right? When we look at how important the cell phone is and how it contains everything that we need, this may even be pointing us back to self. Instead of looking outside of ourselves for something, for answers, it's pointing us back to ourselves as the vessel that holds everything that we would need, right? And not looking outside of ourselves. Because there's something here about self-empowerment with Chariot. It's all about getting the victory. Two of Swords, standing in truth and power. The strength is actually discovering some inner aspect of our truth and being courageous around that. Cell phone could also allude to tapping into our higher self. It may not even be connecting outwardly. It could be connecting upwardly, right? And so this could be directing, or you could be asking around connection with your higher self as well. There's something here about connection and empowerment that you're inquiring about. And if you've been dreaming about cell phones here, this could actually talk about different aspects of our lives. Like if you're dreaming of losing like a cell phone, this could be the need, or you could be in the process of rediscovering and appreciating your ability to communicate. If you're coming back into some level of openness or some level of connection with someone or something. If you dream about, say, like texting somebody, this could be like right? In our dreams, they say it's not real. I'm not sure if that's true. I'm not sure. Well, some of my most prolific messages come through dreams that actually take place, right? It took me a while to realize that. But anytime I have a very succinct dream and it's very detailed and in color, and I begin to experience my senses, like I can smell or taste, or I can hear, or I can feel like the coldness or the heat of something, there's something to that. And so for someone, if you're dreaming of like a cell phone or text messaging somebody, there could be a telecommunication that's happening. You think that you're just dreaming, but you're actually really communicating with that person that you're texting. So there's something about dreaming here about a cell phone that you're wondering about. Whoever you're dreaming about is also thinking of you, or there's some information that you are telepathically communicating with that person. Okay, that's a real thing, y'all. Don't doubt the connection that we have. Before there was a language, right? There was spiritual connection. Before there was a language. And I feel like we may even be heading back to that time where we will no longer really depend on physical language to communicate. We're moving back into a spiritual state of being where we telepathically communicate with each other. Mind blowing, right? When I realized this, that there is actually really no privacy. Really, there's not. Okay, we're moving back into that time. And so there's something here about that with the cell phone. And so if you are dreaming, you could be asking about that, the messaging that's happening, how you're coming across also comes up here too. Let's see. And then we took a look at what obstacles might we be dealing with right now. And Four of Wands came out. The Tower, right? And then the Emperor. So first of all, let me say the energies that we're dealing with is the Four of Wands is Aries energy. So you could be dealing with an Aries that presents some kind of challenge or obstacle. The Tower is Mars energy. And so Mars energy is the energy of, it's like warrior energy or action-oriented energy. Mars is actually very, it can be a difficult energy because it's a forceful energy. So this could be like part of the energies that's presenting challenges during this time. And then we have Emperor energy, which is Aries. But there could be strong Aries energy here. So there could be an Aries that is presenting some obstacles to overcome here in some type of way. But let's look at what that could mean when we say obstacles. When we look at the Four of Wands, we're talking about this energy of feeling really relaxed and at home and kind of experiencing creature comforts. Like you're in a very comfortable place right now. A very comfortable place right now. But interestingly, following this feeling of feeling very at home, it's almost like you've created a space for yourself and you've cultivated this space for yourself for whatever it is that you need, that makes you feel at home and very comfortable. But following this energy that you've created for yourself follows with the Tower, which is like sudden change, a sudden shift, a sudden shock of some type of turmoil that comes in, right? And so I almost get the energy of like where you have been or you were feeling very accomplished and at peace with where you are. There's something that happens. It may or may not have something to do with someone else. It could just be the energy of something that suddenly changes that fact or that situation. Because the tower comes in, and the tower is all about undoing or wrecking things in some type of way. Now, if this is a person, this person could cause some kind of commotion or turmoil. This person could be represent that energy for some reason. But this is followed by the emperor, which talks about control. The emperor in this case would be someone coming in to create peace, to bring things back into order. It's someone with the skills, the know-how, the ability, right? Someone who commands, power, and they have the ability to create a level of order where there is disorder. And so this could be like, I almost feel like the same person that comes in and causes havoc, right, is the same person that's able to create, a sense of order from what's happened. And so this Mars energy that's created by the tower is like that warrior type of energy. And so I don't know if this has something to do with conflict with someone that there's this energy of strife in some type of way with someone, but this is an obstacle to overcome here in this energy. And for all purposes, you could be an Aries, right? And this could be, something that's happening within you as well. I'm just reading the energy, okay? Now, the oracle cards that came out are the Ocean. I have a hard time picking up the cards with my nails sometimes. So I have the Ocean, beautiful card. And then I also have Chase. So immediately when I saw Chase, I was like, oh yeah, this is about some type of storm. Doesn't that look like a storm? It looks like more than a storm. It looks more like a natural disaster that's about to happen. Like the clouds are conjuring up something, they're congregating to create some natural disaster that's going to just tear some stuff up, like the tower, right? But the Chase card is all about facing yourself. Chase is all about facing yourself. And it's talking about not running away from some part of what it is that you're seeing. Face and embrace the person in the mirror, right? That's why I said for some, this could be you, dealing with you, or we're dealing with ourselves in some type of way. Because it's the energy of wanting to avoid something or someone. And this person that you are wanting to avoid or this thing represents some level of unrest or something unpleasant. Right? It's in the picture. It's unpleasant, whatever it is. And it almost feels like it's too much, or it's something that it's just, you ever deal with somebody and you're like, it's just too much. It's too much. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't do it. It feels like that energy. But this is some part of this conflict or this challenge that possibly I did a message, I think it was yesterday, and it was about a message that Spirit was bringing up for me about not walking away. There's something when that message was about confronting the thing, the conflict, right? And not running away from it, just meeting it head on. And that's kind of like this energy that I'm feeling. Like, this is something that Spirit is saying you can run, but whatever this is saying that you can't hide. You can't hide from this. That you can't hide. Like, we can run all day long from ourselves, but sooner or later we're going to catch up to ourselves, right? We can run from our shadow aspects when we can say all day long, we don't have any shadow aspects. I'm all peaches and cream and everything nice. And, you know, but no, we all have a shadow side. We all have a side that is possibly unpleasant and that needs work. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It just means that it is a part of who we are. We are a product of our environment, right? It's a part of who we are. It doesn't make it good or bad. It just makes it the other part of who we are, right? We're made up, we're duality. We're light and dark. And anybody that tells you that they're only light, they are not telling the truth. I don't care how sweet they are or how pretty they look. There is some darkness in each of us. There is a little salt in each of us. We all have a shadow side. And truth be told, that actually is the part that may actually hold our greatest gifts and our greatest power. But because we sometimes are taught to avoid that, avoid the things that make us uncomfortable, avoid the things that, are shameful. Those are many times the things that birth the greatest gifts that we've come to share with the world. And so this is saying, like, there's something here. The Spirit is saying you can run, but you can't hide, right? You can't hide from your shadow. You can't hide from your light either. Some of us try not to, share that thing that we're gifted at, that thing that's so beautiful. We don't want to, get any attention around that. We don't want nobody to know that light that we carry. But Spirit is saying you can try to hide yourself under a bowl and your light will shine through that bowl so bright. Everybody's going to know that you got the light, right? So stop trying to hide whatever it is. Spirit is saying stop trying to hide it. And there's some challenge around this. This may in fact be what the tower is, like whatever facade, like we've been carrying or putting up, that may in fact be kind of breaking down so that we can just come on out and just be ourselves. Listen, people either gonna love us or they gonna hate us. And neither one of those have anything to do with us. That's all about them and their perception, right? And so there's something about this where Spirit is saying not to run from it. Spirit is saying that there needs to be a transmuting of this energy. And if it is fear around something, then we need to face it, right? Fear means face, embrace, ace, and replace, right? Fear, face, embrace, ace, and replace. I love that. Right? So Spirit is encouraging us to just come out and just face it. Just let it all hang out and do what it do. Okay. This is where this challenge is going to be overcome. This one actually brought out 2 oracle cards. The other one was Ocean. And Ocean talks about going with the flow and flowing with the glow. Okay. And it almost feels like just going with the ebbs and flows, like just go with it. Free yourself, just go with it. And Allow yourself to explore and feel freedom in this moment, even while you're dealing with this difficulty. One thing's for sure, if we continue living, we're going to continue to have challenges. That's just a part of life. Life becomes fun when we stop stressing so much. We gonna make mistakes. We gonna have challenges. We gonna get old. Some of us, we gonna gain weight. Some of us, we gonna, lose weight. Some of us, we're going to learn to love ourselves exactly for what we are, for who we are. Some of us are not going to have life turn out exactly the way we envisioned it. Maybe it'll be better, right? Maybe it won't. There's going to be disappointment, right? Some of us are not going to have the happily ever after with our, what do we call it, soulmate, or with our, what do they call it, the twin flames, right? That's okay. It's all a part of life. It's all a part of releasing the expectation of what we think it should be. Okay? And just going with the flow. That's what this is talking about. We think of an ocean that it's just kind of soothing, and it comes with the tide and it goes out with the tide. When the weather gets choppy, it gets choppy. It's like, whatever happens, let's do it. What do you want to do today? And so this is the energy coming in around the obstacles to overcome, right? Part of this is kind of like, it feels a little bit flowy and a little bit feminine, like allow your feminine side to come out. And that's for the women and the men. We all have feminine sides. That's the side that's open to receiving. And that just, creates the home, right? And so allow that side to come out. Allow that energy to help in this moment as we deal with these challenges. And just do what you have to do is what I say. And whatever happens, let it happen. This is just reminding us to go with the flow. Okay. And it feels very feminine too. There's a lady here, just go with the flow. Her hair is flowing in the air. Her body's in the water. She's just enjoying this moment right in the middle of this challenge and right in the middle of this conflict. Spirit is saying you can still enjoy yourself. You didn't work this hard to have some little challenge come along and take it away. You can still enjoy yourself. There was, going back to that message yesterday, the Spirit was giving me about confronting the difficulties and doing the hard thing. Sometimes it's all about doing the hard thing and understanding too. I just lost my thought. Dang it may come back to me. Understanding too that I just lost my thought. Okay, maybe it'll come back. I shouldn't have referred to that message yesterday. But doing the hard thing, sometimes we're placed in these positions so that we can overcome these obstacles or just the energy of fear, which is just an illusion. It's an illusion. And so for someone, you may be reaching a point where you are being encouraged to step over this, to step over it, just to walk straight through it. Don't try to go around it. Don't try to go over it or under it. Just allow yourself to move straight through it. Embrace the challenge of it. That's where growth happens too, okay? And then I have when I look at, what's happening around us right now, like things are going to come up like that we didn't expect, things that we don't invite into this experience that we're having right now, things that just come up uninvited. Like, what type of things can we expect in that energy, Spirit? I asked that question, and Spirit gave me Four of Cups, the Judgment, and the Magician. And so the Four of Cups is Cancer energy. The Judgment is Pluto energy, which is transformational energy. Excuse me. And then the Magician is actually Mars or Mercury energy, which is messenger. There's some type of communication that Mercury brings, some message or messenger energy with Mercury. And so this is a time of stillness that's going to arise in this season, this month, or in this time that we're in right now. You may be feeling like things are really still, really quiet. Like this might be a time of the perfect season to enter into great moments of silence, meditation, prayer, like committing to that kind of energy, reflection. That's the kind of energy that this feels like. These moments are going to arise without you even realizing. You're going to find yourself just wanting to go and be alone. Like for some of y'all, you're going to want to go out and venture into nature just to connect. That in itself is meditation. It's not always sitting, Indian style with your hands in a certain position. Meditation is anything that quiets the mind and allows you to go within and reflect. That allows you to stop and be present in the moment. That's meditation. So there's something about this energy that's going to arise, and you're just going to kind of awaken to it. You're not even going to realize or invite it in. You're just going to find yourself in this energy. The Judgment is possibly something that resurrects. I did get a little bit of energy of Six of Cups, and Six of Cups talks about some type of energy of nostalgia. There's something that's ruminating from the past here. The Judgment is kind of like that energy, but not only is it ruminating, sometimes the Six of Cups is like just enjoying something from the past, but the Judgment means that there's something from the past. You're going to have like an aha moment. This thing that arises from the past is going to transform something in you in that moment, and it's going to turn on the light bulb. That may be happening because you enter in this moment of rest and deep meditation and stillness. But there's going to be like a major awakening or a major aha moment that you're going to have here. That's just going to come out of nowhere. And then with the Magician, this is like a deep focus on what it is that you are creating or working on or manifesting. It's also communing as well. I'm feeling that with this Magician. See, the Magician is the counterpart to the High Priestess in sorts. He's like the opposite. But I see him that way. On the side of practicality, though, There is a connection that the magician has that empowers him. He is not God. However, there are things that the magician does that's like, right? The magician can make something out of nothing. That's how awesome the magician is. There's a great level of focus and seriousness. And there's some communing happening here with the magician as you're focusing in on what you're pulling out from the spirit realm. There's going to be some manifestations that happen here. Things are going to be appearing out of nowhere, right? So there's some interesting energies here that I'm feeling here that's coming in unwarranted. And you're just going to experience that and be like probably flabbergasted by these things when they happen. The oracle cards that came out, the first one was Mountain and Hill. And this reminds me a lot of like a lighthouse. I don't know why I saw that when I looked at this card, but overall, this card talks about reaching your goals, which makes sense because we just got to talking about the magician, which is that same energy. This may even be you having some kind of spiritual help coming in that capacity to help you reach your goal. This is some possible supernatural energy coming in, helping you to attain something, to climb a mountain, a hill, depending on where you see yourself. If you see yourself looking up, you may be needing, to do something that's very laborious to get to where it is that you're wanting to go, right? You may see yourself needing to do the work. If you see yourself on the mountain looking down, you may realize that you have actually accomplished your goal. And you're looking back like in awe, like, wow, I did that. I can't believe I did that. There's some energy of accomplishment here that's going to come in when it comes to you getting to the place where you have desired to be, or you've been working on. The energy of evolving. You've been working on this for a while, possibly desiring this for a while. And the process of it has definitely afforded you something very valuable, right? It's not so much of getting the goal, getting the reward of what you're working on, but it's the process of getting there. That's the true value. That's the true trophy. It's the process, because that's what makes us, right? You talk to millionaires and they're like, yeah, I can lose all this. And because I did the process, nobody gave it to me. I did the process. I can lose it all and I can get it again because I know the recipe. I did the process of it. So there's something here about the process of achieving that spirit is focusing on here. There's something that possibly you're being rewarded through the process of this. Working at this. That's what the reward is. That's where the light is shining here. That's where the light is shining here. It's shining on the process. Yeah. And you'll come out of this like having, it's almost like the strength card. Like every time you go through a cycle, you learn something new, you get stronger, you get wiser, you become more resilient, right? It's almost like that energy here that was in your question. The strength showed up in your question. But this is talking about that too. Like through this process, you're going to come out stronger. Like you're going to come out wiser. You may not even realize all of these things that are accumulating for you, and that is appreciating your value while you're actually working on this. This is happening. And some way, somehow, there's something about this that's going to become, it's going to be revealed to you, right? And it has something to do with showing up without you even realizing it. You're going to become stronger, smarter, more resourceful. There's something about that here. The other card was transition, which is, there's something that's happening here. Release attachments to what was and prepare for what is to come. There's some transition that's happening here. Maybe you don't even see it. Maybe you don't even realize it, but there's going to be like that aha moment. And I feel like it has something to do with this. Maybe there's something that happened that didn't really seem like it was beneficial, and you're going to look back and be like, oh, okay, right? There's something to do with changing or working. There's the transition, the process with transition here. Needing to move from one place to another, right? That chariot. And this has a lot to do with you understanding the importance of how you're perceiving things in this moment too. To be thankful, like every step of the way. That's so important. For some reason, Spirit keeps bringing that up too. Maybe that's for someone. While you're waiting, it's how you wait. What is your posture while you're waiting? Are you impatient and like, this is taking too long, and I gotta, you're looking around, and or are you just like, okay, this is good, one day if it's meant, we gonna do it. That's what we gonna do. That's what I'll have if it's meant, but I'm thankful for what I have now. How are you waiting? That's an important part of what Spirit is bringing up during this process too. And I feel like for whoever you are, it says positive things about how you're waiting, that you're patient, that you're appreciative for even being trusted to go through this process, that you are thankful and grateful for this. I see the shadow of someone right here that is being illuminated, and almost the heart space is being drawn up towards the light. You see that? It's so beautiful. And again, I see witnesses right here that's witnessing this happening. It's so beautiful. Oh my goodness. I get excited with this stuff. And so this is all about, being appreciative and releasing the outcome, right? Not having to rush it, not having to complete the cycle in a rush. Like, let it do what it needs to do. There's something about just letting it do what it needs to do, because there's something beautiful that's taking place while this is happening, right? This could be a relationship. It could be a project. It could be some experience that we're having right now. But whatever it is, there's like the energy of evolution that's happening right now. And these phases that we're going through are very important and pertinent to the process, okay? Transition. These are the energies that will come in, and they're uninvited. We're not, even aware of this that's taking place. right? And so there's some energy of just like really being in a moment of stillness. And in that moment, you may realize what is unfolding before you. Okay. To end this off, we're going to take a look at what you can expect to actually receive from all of this, to experience from all of this. And I have the Two of Wands, the Five of Cups, and the Ten of Swords. Right? Now, before you jump down my throat, right? Because the Ten of Swords is like one of the most horrific cards in the deck, but is it really? Not really. So the Ten of Swords is actually Gemini energy, right? And it talks about awakening. If you look at all of this energy that is surging from to his body, there's an awakening, a rising, a comeback. This possibly speaks to having experienced some of the worst days of life, but coming back from that, right? And then the same with the Five of Cups. This is sometimes considered disappointment emotionally, dealing with grief, but having strength to do it. To do it needs to be done. It's Scorpio energy. Also, you've dealt with heartbreak. You've dealt with, some of the most difficult situations that you can think of, like maybe somebody that you absolutely trusted betrayed you in some kind of way and threw you under the bus and, drag you along. Think of the most saddest story you've ever heard. Maybe that's you. And yet and still you stand here inspired, heading towards new horizons, right? Creating new paths and creating choices because you didn't stay there, right? Card is the oracle card that came out, which talks about the vehicle, right? This is the vehicle that brought you to this point, these experiences that you've had. And it brought you here to finally take you clear through, right? All of this is necessary. As hard as that sounds, I can think of like some of the most difficult experiences that I've had. Took me like years, took me decades to heal from. But yet and still, I stand here today because of those experiences. Those experiences were the vehicle. They were the vehicle that actually got me where I am today. And I don't have no complaints. So for whoever you are, that might also be your, energy of gratitude, is that you didn't stay there, right? And now you may even be able to see the value of those lessons, maybe. But there's something about being in a position right now, you have the choice. You stand here in a position of deciding what direction your life will go in. And the Two of Wands is very empowered energy. It's very inspired energy. It is really taking actions on what it is that you believe in, your truth. It's powerful. And so there's something about that here that's coming out. You can expect to be in a position to make choices about your life and how you feel your life should go. It started out with the Two of Swords, right? Which talks about a dilemma, possibly having to make choices. And we're ending with the Two of Wands, meaning you are moving on those choices. We're not just thinking about them or deliberating over them like the Two of Swords. The Two of Wands says we're going to make some choices here that are beneficial to us, to the whole, to this thing that we call inspiration that we've been given. This Ace of Wands, right? This is that electrical energy that's in your environment that feels like there's a party going on and it's all about, celebrating you. And so this is what you can expect, to make some pretty exciting choices concerning your life, and if you're someone who have felt like you haven't had a lot of that, this is your opportunity to step in. There's a lot of good choices that you made that brought you to this moment. And now you stand before, fork in the road. You stand before your crossroads, is what I meant to say. And you get to make the decision on what path you'll travel. And they both feel equally as good, right? The Two of Wands is just like you holding the cards, holding the keys to this car. Now, when we talk about car, this talks about get into the driver's seat of your life. This is your opportunity. This is all about you empowering yourself, like we said from the beginning. Yeah, for whoever you are, you're going places, you're doing things. And this could also talk about you having some kind of vehicle that's going to be pertinent in you getting to where it is that you're going. So if we think of the car in terms of the vehicle, like what would it be? For some people, that could be like an opportunity that's going to lend them the ability to get to where it is that they want to go. For some people, it could be a job. It could be some kind of connection. For some people, it could be a relationship, a connection of some kind. But this talks about some kind of vehicle that's going to lead you to where it is that you want to go. You have the keys. This is coming in to not only let you know that you're equipped to drive, but it's also there to actually provide the vehicle, the way, the path, the tool that's going to connect you to where you're going. And you have the GPS. You are the GPS, right? You're the cell phone. And so that's what Spirit is saying here. This is good energy. This is a refreshing message. And so I am so thankful. Thank you, Spirit, for this beautiful energy of inspiration. We're at an hour. And so I'm going to end it directly at 59:59. If I can do that, like, share, comment, let me know how it resonates. I may come back for a part 2 to dive in for more information. So I'll see you guys at the next one. Okay. Bye.